Hi, this is Eric with Snow Family Racing. We're going to be working on my little Yamaha Moto 4. This is a little 200, seen just over my shoulder here. This is one I picked up as a project a while ago, and it's turned into quite the fun little machine to work with. So this has got a key switch issue we're going to correct today using RM Stator parts. Got a new switch, new ignition switch to put in its place, so that way we can get the key switch to work correctly. But before we get into that, plug for racesponsorships.net. If you're interested in getting into motorsports and you're concerned about the costs, I would suggest looking into racesponsorships.net. They'll help you get your race program figured out and help you offset the cost of your racing program through finding sponsors. So let's get into the repair on this little guy. I'll turn the camera around and show you what we got going on. So this is my 1989 Yamaha Moto 4 200. Fun little machine to drive. It's got a couple of small gremlins, one of which is the key switch here. When you start it up, you can shut the key off and it doesn't shut it down. So we got to come over to the kill switch to shut it down every time. We're going to replace the ignition switch and fix that today. Now, this is all pretty simple stuff. The headlight comes off. This one's seen a lot of life on the trail, so it's lost a little bit of hardware. 2 bolts to come out. The headlight comes free, leaving the ignition switch pretty easy to get to behind that. So I'm going to grab socket. We're going to get this bolt out. If it had that one, I'd get that out. We're going to get the headlight out of the way and see what we're up against. All right, before I get too far ahead of myself, here's the part that we're going to use to replace it. It's the complete key switch. RM Stator supplies it with 2 keys, the ignition switch, and it looks like the hex for the ignition switch. Just going to grab the all-purpose left-handed metric wrench or a crescent wrench and just twist that off. There's a couple of connections hiding under here. We'll unearth those in just a moment and we'll check back. Alright, grabbed hold of the nut with a crescent wrench, backed off real nice. Just always make sure you note you've got your indexing lug there. Indexes with the bracket on the machine, so that way you can get everything back in the same place. This one's super easy. You just got 2 connections that pull apart. See if I can do it one-handed. Ah, there's 1 and 2. Look at that. So, just comes apart real easy. And we can take this over, set it next to the new one, and just verify that everything is correct. I mean, you always want to do that when you get new hardware, right? Make sure it's going to be what you want and need it to be. We'll get that one off. Comes with a rubber gasket. It's got the index lug right there. Everything looks like it'll line right up and go right into place. So, just 2 easy connections. We got that one there and that guy right there. Gonna plug those in, line up the lug, and put it back together. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. Okay, I've got the switch in place. I did just kind of coil the wires up as nicely as you can. Put it in place. Now before I go putting the headlight back in, we're going to test the function. And I already moved over my nice little RM Stator key fob they give you with this stuff. That's just, nice stuff to have. So, kill switch is in run, ignition's on, little green light is lit. Just jumps up and purrs to life. Oh, that's sweet. It's never done that the entire time I've owned it. I've always had to turn the ignition off and then turn it off with the kill switch. So, super easy fix. I'm going to put the headlight back into place. It's just a single, well, should be 2. This one's a 12 millimeter socket on this guy. I'm going to put the headlight back into place. Make sure I get the wiring tucked up there nice. I don't have a ton of room on this guy. Sometimes they have the key down lower on the plastic and you have a lot more room to make sure the wiring's run correctly. But this one, don't have a ton of room. I'm just going to put it in there as best I can. Get the headlight back in place And I'm probably going to take the little blue protective covering off. I'll fiddle with that in just a minute. But no, this is, you know, RM Stator stuff. I've bought and used quite a bit of their parts. Absolutely love all their stuff. High quality. I'd recommend you go check out RM Stator at rmstator.com for all of your ATV, motorcycle, UTV, small engine electronics. Go check them out. They got a large selection of parts for just about everything electrical you need. So I'm going to get the headlight back in place. We're going to go have some fun. And just because it's out, you got to drive it up the street, you know, keep it happy and all that stuff. So here we go. Just a fun little machine. Well, thanks for watching. That was the key install of that little 1989 Yamaha Moto 4 200. It's a fun machine, kind of underpowered, but that's half the fun because you have to drive it pretty solid to get anywhere. So follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Snow Family Racing, and please give my other sponsors a look and take a look. I'll put links in the comments to various companies like Sweet Bath & Body, the maker of the legendary Scrubby Bar, best hand cleaning soap for mechanic work I've ever tried, racesponsorships.net, Velocity Carburetors, Contingency Connection. Go check out all those guys and yeah, give them a like, take a look at their products. Thank you. I forgot to mention one more thing. If you like what you see, stay tuned. We've got a little bit coming for that machine here in the future. Got a couple of hot rod parts from RM Stator we're going to get on it and see what we can do to make the thing run a little better, make a little bit more power, and make it more fun on the trails. Thanks for watching. So you know how they always give you 2 keys and one of them always promptly gets lost? Well, I practically lost the second key in the making of this video. Left it on the saddlebag and drove off. Found it!